Today on How Not To, James and David will demonstrate how not to be fancy. First off, we'll start with how not to look the part. David here will demonstrate what to wear to look fancy. This is how you look if you are fancy. But wait, you're missing something. Ah, that's better. But of course, we don't want to look fancy, so let's take a look at our friend James. James, you don't want to look like David now, do you? Good, because you are better than him and don't want to look like some fancy pants. Now, put on your least fancy clothes. Now mess up your hair a bit. Perfect. You are looking very filthy. Now, off to dinner. How not to dine. Here we have David enjoying a nice dinner at Chez Merritt. Notice how he is sitting up straight and sets himself up properly for dinner. Now that's fancy! Let's see how James is doing not being fancy. Very good, James. You didn't do one thing properly. Now let's move on to our final example on how not to be fancy. How not to talk fancy. Here we have David and James mingling. Let's see what they had to say about their night. There you have it, folks, how not to be fancy. Remember what you've learned for your next night out.
Ah!